Hello everyone, my name is AP the Weird One, and welcome back to episode 7 of Kamen Rider Zeztz. This time, Punish is the name of the episode. So, overall this is a solid episode, though I was a little bit confused by this episode, what they were trying to get us to believe, I suppose. So, the main crux of the story is basically figuring out Nem's backstory, like figuring out her adoptive father and everything. And they lead us to believe very early. It's when the main character, Agent 7, when he confronts Odagi about her, he going on with everything in the past, is like, okay, he kind of gives the full truth. He's like, she got in this accident, bus crash, everything, and then one day she suddenly disappeared. And because they showed her, like, her corpse being disappeared, it led me to believe, I'm like, okay, so she's still alive. But basically from that point a little bit earlier, it makes us, they're trying to convince us, the audience, that she's alive, or not, like that she's probably dead, like, like he's just imagining things or something, they're in grief, whatever. And like even the wife is like, you don't get too much perspective on the wife, but it's like lead to believe that she saw the dead body, disappeared and everything. And they make the argument like maybe she's truly is gone. Like the reason he didn't tell the public or anything is because they get her hopes and dreams, and potentially his own. He didn't want to believe so. It's like, well, if a corpse magically disappeared and the hospital doesn't know or anything, or they didn't inform her. Like, I don't know. It just seemed very obvious that she was alive, or at least somewhere else. Like that she was gonna come back, like somewhere else. Even more so than, like, they say the dream. Like, okay, it just the fact that they showed the body. I'm like, had they not shown it actually disappeared and then saved the big reveal at the very end that shows that Nox actually has her, I think that would have lent credibility. But that's just my perception. But yeah, we do get why at the very end why this is the case, because Nem is the guider for the butterflies. Like, so she's the one who can lead them to different dreams. Like, if she appears in a dream, essentially that means bad things are going to happen. But I guess it leads to believe maybe prior to the explosion with the bomber and everything, it was not as easy to get these butterflies into people. Like she'd have to appear in their dreams a few times or whatever. Maybe that it's just conjecture my part, but I'm curious about that. So, and what's also interesting, because he knows what's wrong with Nem, and then he playing with Odaki, and I'll talk about that a little bit later on. But like, would he have done certain actions to get through? And I'm curious going forward if Nox tells Zeztz, like, hey, it's Nem that's the one who's invading people's dreams. Like, it's because of her that they're having these evil dreams. Are you willing to kill her? Like, make that ultimate sacrifice? I'm assuming that's going to eventually come up at some point, and he's going to have to make a decision whether or not to do it or not. Because he's made the promise that he's going to bring her back and find her. It's obvious that he's not going to do it, but maybe I'm curious if they'll force it down the situation. Yes, I understand Kamen Rider is still a kid show and everything, but maybe sometimes you have to make those hard sacrifices that otherwise led you to believe. I'm sort of going on with Digimon Beat Break with Tomorrow Tenma willing to kill Digimon because they've done bad things. I have a similar situation. I don't know. Just something that's thought-provoking. But anyway, it's near the end of the scene, and Nox is telling Odagi, if you sacrifice yourself, Nem will be saved. Because he knows the situation, would he let her go and have him take her place, or would he just kind of or would he just not honor the agreement? Like, yeah, you're an idiot, and because your nightmare's out in the world, I'm gonna cause a whole bunch of destruction. I'm kind of under the impression that Nox wouldn't honor that agreement because he knows things. So I'm like, but you never know. He does like to play with the Zeztz have a little fun with him. So maybe, I don't know. It's a really weird scenario. But I think we do get a confirmation that Nox is a human and that he is working for some sort of baddie, whether or not he's under mind control or he does this on the free volition. He might be some kind of like a demigod or something, but I think he is somewhat at least human or semi-human. So we had that moment. Some good moments that in the episode is Agent 7 fighting without the Kamen Rider. Now I understand like in the dream world he is super powered, but it still it's still nice to see him not have immediately just transform into Zeztz and go to work. I kind of like him just fighting without the suits. It feels a little bit refreshing, showing that he can actually do things, and then using his pseudo ability with the Gasham is also kind of a neat trick. Hopefully he uses other ones besides his first one. Maybe he'll use some other abilities, but yeah, it would be kind of cool to see others. I do appreciate those fights. This moment, when he gets his communicator or his phone thrown out to the side. I thought maybe Nox might grab this and then use it for something, but that's not seen to be the case. It's thrown off to the side, and then it alerts him later on that the wife is in trouble, which I think she's also is forced in this world. That's kind of get my impression based on how she reacts in the dream world and even Otaki. So just another thought. And let's move on to the new form, Projection. And I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I feel like Projection is beyond Stream in terms of just overall power. It feels like Stream and even Machine or like the sub Gatchams and this is like the main one. Just considering how powerful it was in this episode, like he can project his weapon flying out of his little cape arm. He can make duplicates of himself. He can project floors in the air that he can bounce off, and that's how he kills the enemy. He can project himself being in a different location, and then have the opponent attack another one. Very interesting. It seemed like this guy was very powerful. I don't know if this was the creator's intention, or at least that's how I view it. It's pretty powerful, like we can see here. Make multiple, and they can attack the foes. So it's a very powerful weapon in like close quarters. He can even like kind of project himself going flying. So I'm curious how often he's going to use this one, because this one definitely seems very powerful. But the final bits going into the beginning and very end, we have Nox may actually at some point our main man, he's gonna because he doesn't like, if you'll remember your own bad dream, like he'll have a nightmare and he'll remember him from this, maybe his name or something. So he likes to play with our hero, likes a good challenge. So he definitely wants him to know. He's narcissistic in that way a little bit. Like he wants to push him to his limits. But this is also a bit of a weird thing. At the very end, when the monster is defeated and everything, because he learned of his name, Agent 7, like that seemed like new information to him. It's like he says the lines like, this great power is going to come at a price. Are you going to be prepared for it? Along those lines, I'm like, so Agent 7's new information leading me to believe that there has been other agents in the past and something else has happened to him. I don't know. That's the impression I got, that there was other agents, and that this was new information to him. Like he knew his name was Kamen Rider Zeztz and everything, but that he was an agent. So he now knows maybe he's working with Zero. I don't know. There's some mysteries to be solved. We're curious if they solve them. The big one I appreciate is the one, of course, at the very end, in which we see that Nem is alive and that she's somewhere in the human world. And the butterfly flies a conduit. I'm glad they didn't keep this a secret. I'm like, okay, we get to the revealed it right away. But with that, I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully, have a wonderful day. I'll definitely looking forward to 8 this Saturday. But yeah, I've been enjoying Kamen Rider Zeztz. It's been a good time. I'm curious about the new form, the green form, what it has in store. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and catch you guys next time.